Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, fam. If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you represent. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Let's see. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. Family, I got a very special guest right now. We are in the midst of some trying times right now, family, as if we haven't always been in the midst of trying times. But, you know, the drums are beating louder, man, and the injustice radar is just off the chain. But I got some people out there on the front lines right now that are beating the drum of justice a little louder right now. And one of those people is a good friend of mine, Michael Big Texas Holiday. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. How you doing?
Already. So family, Mike is out there on the ground in Georgia right now. As you know, the Ahmaud Arbery case has really taken the nation by storm, and everybody got an opinion about what's going on and what to do. Mike, how do you see that case playing out right now?
Right now, I feel like there's really not enough noise being made. I feel like we're not really doing what we should. And when I say that, I mean, listen, it's one thing to come out and show your support on a Saturday or a Sunday. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But where it really counts is when the district attorney office is open. Where it really counts is when we can go to the sheriff department, we can go to the police department and demand justice. You know, we have to put our boots on the ground. We had to put our hands to the plow, and we had to get out here and we had to really do the work. So how I see it right now is if we don't hold the district attorney accountable for her actions, and if we don't demand that it's justice for this brother, I'm afraid that it's going to end up like another Trayvon Martin or another Alton Sterling. So to prevent that from happening, we all got to come together and get prepared. And when I say prepared, I mean, we really got to get prepared. There's no time for playing. There's no time for talking. There's no time for sitting on the sidelines, holding hands and singing Kumbaya. You're singing Kumbaya and they gunning us down and hunting us every day.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to tell me, Mike, so what you're trying to say is that praying ain't gonna get it? Man,
listen, I don't know who y'all praying to. I don't know what y'all got going on, but I know for me and mine, I'm not gonna be on my knees praying while you got a gun to my head. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna arm myself. I'm gonna defend myself. Why? Because that's my constitutional right.
Right. And you're
just
not
like they can bear arms, I can bear arms.
Right. And you're not just defending yourself and your family, you're defending other families, man. I've been watching you for a minute, you know, and I've seen the work that you put in. You ain't just started doing this, you've been doing this. And one thing that I like about you, man, is that you stand for something and you're passionate about what you stand on. And you're a man's man, and you're not afraid to confront injustice. I was checking out your site earlier, and it was talking about, I'm talking about Liberty Road Online. And I was looking at some of the services that you provide for people that want to join Liberty Road. Firearm training,
yes, sir.
Reconnaissance, and navigation training. How important is it for Black people to arm themselves and be trained in the art of firearms?
Well, You know, it's simple. It's simple. You're not going to go out and buy a 12-gauge shotgun and put it in the hands of a 10-year-old and tell him to pull the trigger, are you? No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get that baby at a responsible age. You're gonna teach him how to properly load the shotgun, how to properly handle the shotgun. So it's the same thing with us grown folks. Don't think just because you got a firearm that you can just go out here and just do or handle a firearm any type of way. You have to be properly trained on how to handle a firearm. So it's very important that people take advantage of someone knowing and able and certified to train in firearms. You know,
Right.
like some people might not know how to load a bullet. You know, some might not know how to properly handle a gun. Some may have never owned a gun in their life. So it's very important that we come together and teach this. I believe every household should have firearms.
Right.
If you're going to be a firearm, you have to have it where, you know, you're responsible and you're prepared.
Mm-hmm. What do you say to people that say, well, no, I don't want any guns in my house. You know, guns are responsible for all this killing and stuff. And if we just get rid of the guns, then we'll be safer.
Simple. I ain't never seen a gun pull his own trigger. You know, I've never seen a gun fired by itself. You know, it's not the guns, it's the fools behind the guns. It's the idiots behind the guns that don't know how to handle the guns, or they may have something that's on their heart, you know. So the guns are not the problem. It's the ones that's behind the gun, holding the gun. That's where the problem begins.
Yeah. So I played this video. Actually, I posted a video of you walking the path that Ahmaud Arbery took on the day of his death. So you showed the audience the spot where he died at. That was a makeshift memorial. And then you walked down the street and we saw the truck that was used in the murder. We saw the house that was under construction that he walked into to check out. And you know, you provided some commentary to the extent that we give up too soon. We give up too fast. Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that we will face an atrocity like that? You know, somebody does like some type of grave injustice against us, and then we just, you know, maybe we come out and we yell, we scream, we protest, and then, you know, a few days later, maybe even a couple months later, we just kind of like fall back and think that the wheels of justice is going to take care of everything.
Well, it's simple. History has shown us that we'll come together for a little while and then we fall right back off. You know, it's more than just protesting. And that's what people have to really understand. A protest is really just to capture your attention. It's to capture your attention. So when people understand and people realize, hey, what more is it to it? Not only are we protesting, not only should we be protesting, we should be out there making as much noise as possible right now. I'm talking about boots on the ground. I'm one person. I can't be there every day. I have a family. I have a wife, you know, so I can't be there every day. So we need soldiers to step up and say, you know what? Enough is enough. We're not going to take it. But after you protest, what are the next steps? The next steps are talking to city council, talking to mayors, talking to governors, talking to lawmakers. We have to sit down and meet at a common ground and tell them, listen, if it's right for them, it should be right for me. You know, we got to hold people accountable. So if we're not holding people accountable, it's a problem. And history has showed us too many times that, you know, hey, look, they out there, they screaming, they got their signs. A few weeks later, it's quiet. And what happens? They slap them on the wrist and let them go. Enough is enough. So I truly believe if we apply enough pressure and we mean what we say and we stand on what we say, and it's all about doing the right thing the right way, we'll get our justice. But we got to demand it. It's time out for begging and asking. We got to go take it. And how you take it is by a show of force. Pressure versus a pipe. Enough pressure will burst a. Let me tell you something. I am not taking my boots off this. My hands will not come off the plow in this case. And my challenge is to get everybody else that is tired of seeing young, innocent Black men slain to put your boots on the ground. You know, don't just sit back and drop comments and you're not out here. Don't just sit back and put on Facebook and Instagram, or you come out, you take a picture and you go home. What about that mother that's sitting at home crying, can't eat, can't sleep? Y'all gotta understand, this was on video. This was captured on film, and I'm pretty sure those images of her son last moment are playing over and over in her head. So we have to understand what's really going on. Somebody lost their child. A sister and brother lost their sibling. A grandparent lost their grandchild. An uncle and auntie lost their nephew. How many more times are we gonna have this happen? When will we say enough is enough? When will we say, you know what? If it cost me my life, if it costs me my life to bring about a change,
or if it costs them, or if it costs them their life to bring about a change, you know.
That's right. You got to meet fire with fire.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Well, I guess that goes to your point of why you're out there in the first place, because you gotta. And let me say this first, family. We're having some problems with the streaming because Big Tex is out in the woods. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad connection, but it's the best that we can do right now. So just bear with us. So you have an upcoming rally stage for Monday. Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. We will be at District Attorney Office, Jackie Johnson's office, at 10 o'clock a.m. 10 o'clock, we'll be out there prepared to make as much noise, handle business however we have to handle business, until this woman is held responsible for her actions. You block.
Brunswick, Georgia. This is in Brunswick, right?
Sir?
This is in Brunswick.
Brunswick, yes, sir.
Yes.
Brunswick, Georgia.
Right.
Yes, sir. So we'll be in Brunswick, you know, and we'll be there. We'll be there until somebody tell us something, until some type of change is made. We're not going to take our hands off. We're not going to take our boots off the ground. We're going to stay right there. We want them to understand. You have to look into this, lady, for one reason. If it took us 2 months to understand what was really going on, nobody heard about this. If the video would have never surfaced, it would have been washed under the rug. You know, you prevented the police officers from doing their jobs when they had enough proper cause to arrest these guys.
Yeah, and I heard that there were police officers there that wanted to make the arrest. To their credit, I got to give them credit. Salute to the officers who wanted to make the arrest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was officers that was upholding their oath. Now, let me say this for all those that might not understand my position. Listen, I am not anti-white. I am not anti-police. I am not anti-government. What I am against and what I will fight is anti-justice. If we don't get no justice, it's a problem. So now we've reached a point where justice has not been served because the district attorney put herself in the way and said, no, that's my friend, leave him alone. What about that mother that just had to bury her child? What about that mother that can't sleep at night? You know, I don't think that she wants to hug on them. I don't think she wants to hold hands and pray with them. I think she really wants justice for her children. I think she wants justice for her baby that was gunned down in the middle of the street in broad daylight. So it's not time to sit around and sing kumbaya. It's time to hold them accountable for their actions. I believe she needs to be brought up on charges.
Well, she did that to Ahmaud in the Ahmaud case. Imagine how many other cases she's done like that. Imagine how many times she has denied people justice. Imagine. Yeah, she definitely, I'm in total agreement with you that she needs to go, because a lot of people just think, well, she recused herself and that's it. No.
Right.
You got to do that in the first place, lets you know that she's corrupt. So yeah, she got to get it. She got to get it for sure. Let me ask you, man, why are you so passionate about doing the kind of work that you do, and what inspired you to do it in the first place?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a father. I'm a father of two handsome young boys, young men. And I couldn't imagine for 1 second my child walking down the street, jogging down the street, and they getting gunned down. I've lost a son. My son didn't die from a tragic accident. My son died of what they call natural causes, but I feel the pain of that every day of my life. So I can only imagine what a parent goes through when their child is gunned down and murdered in cold blood. So I started to take a stand on the Jose Flores case. A lot of people are unfamiliar with it, but it was a old boy walking home from school, minding his own. I was sitting in my living room, came across the news, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, murder suspect. They lie on people. You know, enough.
Your connection is getting worse, Tex. Your connection is getting really bad.
Can you hear me and see me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me and see me now?
The screen is frozen. Okay, okay, it's moving again.
All right.
Yeah, okay,
now,
I hear you. That's better.
All right. I took the stand just for the simple fact of, man, enough is enough, you know, and in my line of work that I'm accustomed to, I'm a bodyguard. I'm a firefighter. You know, I got 10 years of law enforcement behind my back. So in my line of work, I've always been protecting and trying to assist. So I said it was time to take it a step farther. I got kids, you know, and if something was to happen to my child, I would want somebody to take a stand with me. So instead of talking about it, I started doing it.
Yeah. Let me pause right now and give some information out real quick, because I see a lot of people in the chat are asking how can they get involved and how can they donate and all those type of things. So real quick, let's start with the donations. How can people donate to Liberty Road?
Go to my website, www.libertyroadonline.com, and there will be a donate button there. You know, you can donate through PayPal, Cash App, and it'll be available to you.
I also have the donation. Where I have that information in the details. If you want to donate, if you want to help out in the movement, go to my details right under this video. You will see the Cash App, and then you'll also see libertyroadonline.com. In fact, You know, what I want to do right now is I want to challenge everybody right now listening to this broadcast to donate at least $1, at least $1 for the movement. Now, I know times are hard, but I know we all got at least $1 that we can give toward this movement, because let me tell you something. It costs money for him and the people that are involved to move around. All of the people that come to these type of events, who coming in from out of town, they're driving. It costs gas money. It costs money for hotels. It costs money for them to be out on the ground and eat. It costs money for them to miss money, where they could be making money, and they got to feed their families. They got expenses that they have to pay also. And they're coming out here and they're going out there and they're getting on the ground and they're risking their lives. They're actually risking their lives, because y'all know how it goes. If you're protesting for us, if you're protesting for us, if you're trying to help Black people, then you're going to be under attack. You're going to be a target. You're going to make yourself a target. So this guy is putting his life on the line. The soldiers that he have with him, they're putting their lives on the line. You know, the other people that go out there and protest, they're putting their lives on the line. So if you know those people, donate to them also. But make sure that you help feed the machine that fight against the machine, because I can guarantee you that all of those militias out there that are running around talking about they anti-lockdown and they're Nazis, neo-Nazis and Klans and all of these people, they're being heavily funded by people whose ideas are aligned with theirs. Those people that want to be conservative, want things to go back to the 60s, want things to go back way to where they were way back in the past, they are heavily funded. When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, he came up on a bag. They gave that dude over $250,000 for killing a Black kid. Now, we need to make sure that we match them. We got the money, but we just haven't bought into the theory of how it takes money to move things yet. We haven't bought into that theory yet, because a lot of times when we see these movements and we see Black people making sacrifices and stuff, we think it's supposed to be free. Well, if you love the people, you should do it for free. Well, it's nothing free in this world. Everything costs money. It takes money to travel. It takes money to eat. It takes money to stay at those hotels. And keep in mind, you're going into hostile territory. Anytime you're for Black people, you are going to be under attack. Law enforcement is going to be against you. If you ever notice, when Black people are protesting, the law enforcement are like this, and they got the heavy equipment on. They're in combat gear. They got the AK-47s and ARs, and they're ready to shoot something and tear gas something. But when it's those other people, they're like this, and the other people are barking all in their faces and rah, 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 doing all that. And they ain't doing nothing. They just standing there doing this. You know why? Because they are them. That's why. They are them. That's why they're not attacking them, not hitting them with tear gas and all of that type of stuff. So when you are for Black people, you are going to be under attack. When you go out here and you do these marches and you protesting and stuff, the police is not there to keep the peace. The police is there to protect the property and make sure you don't harm anybody that's associated with the establishment. That's why they're there. So these guys are risking their lives. They're out there putting it on the line for us, and they deserve more than just our thanks. We should dig in, and I'm practicing what I preach. I'm one of the big techs to tell you, I'm one of the first ones to donate. I'll practice what I preach before I ever say anything about this. But if you want to help out, go to libertyroadonline.com. This is a long fight, and this is not gonna just be for Monday or next month or whatever. this is a long fight. They're gonna be on the ground in Georgia a whole lot, and they also move around in other spaces. So they need our financial support to continue to do the good work that they do. So go to Liberty Road, libertyroadonline.com, or you can just go right now, you can just go straight to his Cash app, and that's the $ Liberty Road 20, $ Liberty Road 20. Please donate. I'm challenging everybody right now to just at least give $1. If everybody that's watching, what I got right now? I got 1,593 people watching right now. If everybody gave $1 right now, just $1, that would go a long ways into helping these guys out. And it also lets them know that the work that they're doing is appreciated. Because I can tell you sometimes when I do my show, I know that I put it out on the line. I risk my life also. You know, I'm just not as exposed as they are on a daily basis, but people know who I am and they know what my message is. So when I move around, they know what I'm about. So, you know, I gotta watch what I do also. I'm putting it on the line. I'm putting my rep on the line. I'm putting my social status on the line. And sometimes the very people that I'm fighting for, the very people that I'm trying to ride for, are the main ones who try to attack me. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes it makes you say, man, well, what the hell? You know, like these motherfuckers, they don't give a damn. Why do I care so much? And then, you know, you get the email, you get the message from the people that do support, and it kind of gives you new life. You know, it re-energizes you. So I'm gonna tell you straight up, I appreciate every last one of you guys, you know, who support me. But also, you know, we gotta remember to support those guys that are out there on the ground, that are risking their lives, especially our armed guys out there. They're not out there vulnerable. They're strapped and they're prepared. They're prepared to defend themselves. They're prepared to defend us, and they're prepared to defend the Constitution. Because all of the rights that are afforded to us as citizens in the United States are in that Constitution. So if anybody is against the Constitution, then, or they're against us, they're against the Constitution. And if they're against the Constitution, they need to ball that motherfucker up and throw it away. All right, I'm back to you, man. I personally get a little carried away myself, man, when I think about all the things that we have to go through and deal with, man, just to live in peace, just to go unbothered, you know, just to exist. This guy was jogging. This guy was jogging. Think about that. That could have been any one of us. This guy is jogging. And these fools hunt him down, jump out with a shotgun, and blow this dude away. And then they don't even get charged for over 2 months. They're not even charged. And they're not charged until a video comes out and the world gets to see it, and there's a public outcry. This right here should let you know that we should not take for granted that justice is going to prevail. Because if they tried to hide it and sweep this thing under the rug, as Big Texas said earlier, then they can try to sweep evidence under the rug. They could try to suppress witnesses. They can try to do a whole lot of other things to make sure justice doesn't get served. So
I want to point out something to you.
Yeah.
I want to point out something to you. Now, family, we all know that when it's a shooting like this, you know, everything becomes evidence, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm able to walk down this road and stop in front of your house and see the exact same truck that was on the video, that right there lets you know that, one, something is wrong, and two, you're not treating us fairly or righteous. Because if it was a black man, if it was me, They would have seized my vehicle,
You're right.
seized my firearm.
That's a
They
good
would have took everything.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That truck should be in the pound. It should
That's
be
right.
in the police department pound. You're right. That's a good point. That's the first time anybody ever brought up that point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how can people who want to join Liberty Road, how can they be down?
Listen, it's easy. Go to the website. Go to the website, fill out the information. You know, it might take me a few days to get back to you because I'm on the ground. My boots are on the ground, and I'm a very hands-on person. When you come to Liberty Road, you have to understand something, that we're on the road to freedom. Don't think you're free yet. We still got to go and take it. So we're on the road to freedom. So when you're on the road to freedom, you got to prepare. I always tell people, in a time of peace, prepare for war. So when everything is peaceful and nothing's going on, that's when we should be training. That's when we should be out here. You know, this is what we do. You cannot go into a movement like this. And one day, somebody may have to take the ultimate sacrifice. And I'm going to take it. That might be. It cost me my life. If it costs me my life, that's what I'm prepared to do.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, you got to match it. You got to match it. And if you with Liberty Road, I promise you this. When one move, we all move. If one fall, we all fall. You know, don't think it's gonna be a picnic when you come to Liberty Road, because when one fall, we all fall. You know, so I'm gonna go on record by saying this and say, listen, when you stand beside and you enable, and when I say enable, a lot of people are not holding the people that they should be accountable, you know. So we have to come in together, shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm, and do this thing, y'all. Don't think I'm gonna be in the back somewhere hiding, tucking my tail. If you out there, I'm out there. Even when you ain't out there, I'm probably still out there. You know, so I'm a firm believer in leading by example. I can't ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. So when it comes to Liberty Road, man, understand it, it's a family. It's a family. It's a big family. And one thing about family, if you're a real family, family take care of each other at all costs.
Right. How old are your sons?
My sons are 9 and 7.
Yeah, 9 and 7. Yeah, that's a good age. That's a good age. Still very much relying on daddy, you know, to tell them what they need to be doing. I was thinking about the story that you told me earlier about how you grew up. And I want to ask you this, and I hope you don't mind sharing this. I hope you don't mind me asking this, because I just feel like I want people to know who you are, and I want them to know that you know how, you know, why you think the way that you think, and why you are as passionate about what you do. Can you share with the audience what you told me earlier about you growing up, and you know how you and your mom, you know, some of the struggles that y'all experienced?
Well, you know, I'm transparent. I've always tell people my hands on the table so you see what I'm doing. And I don't mind going into it, but listen, I'm a 31-year-old man that grew up in Houston, Texas, 5th Ward to be exact. You know, grew up in Houston, Texas. me and my mother and my sister didn't have the luxury of a lot of things. I can't even say most. We didn't have the luxuries of a lot of things. You were talking to a young man and listening to a young man that has slept up under I-45. You know, we've had to eat from trash cans, you know. We've had to live out on the streets up under cardboard boxes. We did this. And when I tell people this, I tell them this. I'm not sharing my story for your sympathy. I'm not sharing my story for your compassion. I'm sharing my story to let you know where I'm from and what I had to do to make it. You know, coming up, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but that didn't stop us. That never stopped us. You know, one thing my mama always told me, where there's a will, there's a way. And I hold true to that. And when you look at what's going on in the world today, it's sad. Because I see myself in a lot of these young brothers that's just trying to find their way. And it's nobody there to guide them. It's nobody there to tell them, hey, don't give up yet. Tomorrow might be your breakthrough. I didn't have that coming up. All I had was go get it. Go get it. You gotta go get it. I strongly believe if we had more men that would open up about their struggles, open about their pain that they've endured, it's time to help these younger brothers. It's time to tell them, hey man, pull up your pants. You can't go in that job interview like that. Hey man, come in, let me help you and show you how to tie a tie. You'll be surprised how many young men never learned how to tie a tie. You know, life in Houston wasn't always good. I didn't have the luxury of having the name brand clothes, or I had the hand-me-downs, as my big mama used to call them. She used to call them the hand-me-downs, you know. And sometimes your shoes might be a little too big. Sometimes your shoes have holes in them, you know. You wearing your older cousin clothes that he had, you have a little bleach stain, cuts and rips, you too might be dingy. You wore what you had and you made do with what you had. And I really feel like if people understood that you can make it, but you gotta want it. You gotta want it. And if you don't want to make it, you won't make it. But I wanted it. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say I live this lavish life and I have this, I have that. No, I'm not gonna say that. But what I am gonna tell you is I'm a hardworking dad. I'm a hardworking dad. I'm a man that had to go and fight for custody of his children at the ages of 2. No, I take that back. 4 and 2. I've had my kids since they was 4 and 2 years old on my own. So if I can do it and still take a stand, you can too. Things get rough, things get hard, things get tight. But at what cost are you willing to say enough is enough? And I feel like if I don't do this, my boys don't stand a chance. Your children don't stand a chance. Y'all, we got to come together.
How do you get someone to overcome their fear of confronting authority? You know, a lot of people watch what you guys do and they see you. There's a picture on your website where you're confronting an officer and you're writing his face like, you know, letting him know, like, I'm not backing down. I'm serious about what I'm saying right now, and I'm not backing down. A lot of people see that and they immediately start becoming afraid and like, ooh, they're gonna hurt them, they're gonna do something. How do you convey to them that as long as you're standing on righteousness, whatever they do to you, you can do to them? As
It's
long as
simple.
you're standing on right, as long as you're standing
What
on
do you have to fear?
constitutional rights, whatever they do to you, you can do to them.
My Second Amendment tell me I have a right to bear arms. I don't need a badge and a gun. I don't need a badge and a uniform to wear my firearm because it's in my constitutional rights that I can bear arms. So if I can bear arms and I have proper paperwork behind my name, people go get your carry permits. Go ahead, go get your carry permits. Be legal. If you're not legal, then you ain't got nothing to stand on. But you got to be legal. So if you're legal, you got your ducks in a row, what can they do? What can you do? You can't tell me to move off of a public sidewalk. How? How can you tell me to move off a public sidewalk? I'm not blocking any entrances.
Mm-hmm.
I'm free to stand here. You move. If you don't like what you're looking at, you move. I'm not moving. I'm here. You know, so my thing is with this is you can't be afraid. You cannot be afraid. You cannot show that you're afraid. One thing about it, a cop ain't going, well, I can't say it. They just might. They just might. They been doing it. So you got to be prepared. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. If it's going to cost you your life, you got to make that decision in your head. Am I willing to sit in jail for weeks at a time? Am I willing to say goodbye to my family? Am I willing to say enough is enough? Mm-hmm. You know, so that's a decision that you have to make up in your heart and in your mind. But I believe we're stronger together. We're stronger together. There's power in numbers. If y'all pay attention to the protests, y'all have seen protests that have maybe what, 10, 15 people? How many police officers do you see? 40, 30, 50, horseback patrol, motorcycles. I've been in protests where they even had snipers on the roof. So if they're powerful in numbers, it's more of us than it is them. It's more of us than it is them. We had to take a stand. You're not gonna do us any kind of way. Those days are over. I no longer have to raise my hand for permission to speak. I am owned by man, and I stand on believe in. And if you don't like what I believe in, your best bet is to go find you something to do.
Right. And that is a perfect note to end on. Let's do a wrap up real quick and let people know how they can be involved on Monday for the demonstration that's happening in Brunswick, Georgia.
Hey, listen, man. If y'all ready, don't come out there if you ain't ready. If y'all ready to take a stand, if y'all ready to bring about effective change, if you're tired of being sick and tired, and if you're ready to really put your boots on the ground, come out there and join me. And for those of you that just can't do it, you know, it's okay if you send a donation. That donation might buy our hotel room for the night. That donation is gonna give us the gas to get there. That donation is what's gonna give us a bottle of water, you know? So I understand everybody can't come. Everybody is not in a position to come. Some people just don't want to be out there. Mm-hmm. But we need your support. Not only me, but the comrades need your support in this mission, you know, because at the end of the day, we will get justice one way or another. Right. And the only way that we're going to achieve that is by applying pressure.
Right. So go to the website, family, for any information that you may need on the Liberty Road organization in Big Texas. That website is libertyroadonline.com, libertyroadonline.com. They are doing some wonderful work. I would not co-sign if I did not think it was. They are doing some excellent work, and I'm proud to be associated with them. Also, fam, just before we go, one more time, tell them how they can donate.
You can donate at Cash App at you can donate at Liberty Road 20, or you can go on to the website and you can click the donate button, and it should pull up for either the Cash App or the PayPal.
Right. And again, family, the link is right under this video in the description. That link that you need for the website is right there. And one more time, fam, I'm gonna challenge you guys one last time. I got 2,131 people watching right now. Right now, there's 2,131 people watching. If everybody just gave $1, that would go a long ways into helping these guys out with some of the expenses that they have to bear. Keep in mind that, you know, they're not just doing this for them, and they're not doing this actually for money at all. In fact, this is really about justice. They're doing this for justice because the truth be told, there's not even enough support. They don't even get enough support to risk their lives. You dig what I'm saying? They don't even get enough support financially to make it worth actually saying, I'm gonna risk my life for this amount of money. They don't get that kind of support. But guess who do get it? Those anti-government militias get it. You know, those clans and neo-Nazis and all of them, they get it all day long. They get that kind of, they get it all day long. In fact, that's one of the things I do believe that makes them want to actually join these type of things, because they get financial support. You know what I'm saying? So if everybody right now just gave $1, you know, I would challenge every single person listening right now to give at least $1. If you can do more, do more. If you can do 5, do 10, do 20, do 30, do 100, do 1,000, whatever you can do, just do it, you know? But if everybody gave at least $1 right now, that would go a long ways. I appreciate y'all, fam. Thank you, Big Tex, and I'm pulling for you. I'm with you. Anything that you need from me, you know you got.
Thank you.
You know you got me.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. No more talk.